Okay, you can see here I have real cute little benches, and underneath there's room for storage. But when I went to the store, the width and the length and the height I need gonna cost me about $200 if I could even find it. So I made these out of canvas. I'm gonna share with you how to make these cute little storage totes. It's made out of canvas. The inside is lined with canvas. And you see I haven't quite finished them yet. They have straps, handles. Easy to lift them up. And they kind of slouchy. You can print whatever you want to store in the front of the name. What you will need, however, is 3 measurements. The width. This is 21.5. I want the height. I don't want it to come all the way up, but you can see that my height, I did 14 inches. And then the depth. So I need to measure those 3 things to come up with what I want for my totes. Okay. All right, we want to finish our fabric baskets or container. So for mine, the fabric is 60 inches wide. So I cut it to the length I want my basket or container to finish, plus 4 inches to finish off the top. Now, I want them just to be soft fold baskets. So what I did, I stitched across the bottom. I add a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and I stitched along the side a 1/2 inch seam allowance. And then I took it and I edge stitched it so that the seam don't move one way or the other, and I edge stitched it along the bottom. So it's now these are all my insides. Now I want to make my corners. So in order to make my corners, I want to fold this seam and line the 2 of them up together. And how I can make sure it's correct, I can put a pin through here and look and see exactly where it's lining up on the other side, and I can make sure that they line up perfectly on top of one another, and I can pin it. So I know these lined up right on top of one another, and then I can measure how wide I want my corner to be. So I want my corner, as you can see over here, I took this and it's 12 inches. So from my center seam, I will measure to the ruler, hit 6 inches, and draw a line across. And then the same 6 inches till it hit the corner. And you know it's lined up exactly right. And then I would do the same to the other side. And I would
How'd you know the length here?
I don't worry about this length. This is how wide I want the side of it to be. So this would get stitched in place, and it'd be the bottom side of my bag, and it make the side of my
basket.
My basket or my container. So I have these already stitched together, and this is my lining, and this is the outside. So I want to put wrong sides together, but I do want to stitch these together so that they don't shift and move, and they'll give me some extra support. So if I line these 2 up together and stitch right across there, pin them together, and then I'm going to do the same with this. Pin these together and stitch these together. Now after I stitch these together, I can either stitch them again and make a detail on the side of my bag, either on the top or the bottom, or I can sort and trim the extra fabric off. Okay. It don't make a difference. After I get those together, then I want to flip these up. And you see I press my hem on the side. And since this have a seam, both of these have a seam on the side, I have this seam on this side, and I have this seam on this side so that they don't line up on top of each other and create extra row. So here I took the iron and pressed my hem allowance. So I have a crease so I know exactly where the side seam is at. And I'm going to take this and fold it and press it and fold it again and press it, and then I'll pin it in place and stitch it. And after I stitch that, I'll put my straps on. So both of these press together because they're going to line one another. So all I'm going to do is take this and fold it back again and press it all the way around. That's how I'm going to hem the top of my bag. Remember, I have wrong sides together so the seam is on the inside. So actually, when you finish this bag, it'll end up being reversible. Except for the straps will be on the outside, on the red side. Now, you know my straps, I just took it and fold two pieces of fabric together, the red. Cut them about 5 inches wide. I'm going to grab one for you right quick. Here we go. We just take the two, fold them together, fold the ends in, stitch along the edge, and then I took it and folded it in half and stitched there. So that'll be my handle. And I'll show you how to sew the straps on. They're just 4 inches apart, and I'm stitching right along this edge on both of the side seams. So you're just going to continue to press this all the way around, and then I'm going to use my industrial machine to hem it, because this is really now, look, 2, 4, 6 layers of canvas. And your machine might not be able to stitch it, and if it cannot, you always can do a hand stitch, or
a little weave.
Yeah, a hand and embroidery stitch, a cross stitch, a running stitch. Use some upholstery thread because it's nice and heavy. Yeah, so you're going, even on the Dutch machine, you're probably going to have to use like a size 16 needle. So to do the straps, look, this is all I'm going to do. As I take my ruler and measure 2 inches, and I'm going to line it right up to that hem and pin it in place, and then 2 inches again on the other side and line it up, and that's going to be the placement for my straps, and I do that on both. Alright, so I'm going to take my bag and slide it under the machine, and I'm going to stitch. I can feel this angle, and I'm going to just stitch right along this angle to finish the bottom of my bag. It's just a little detail. You don't have to do it. Like I said, you can cut this off, but I like it for a little detail. So I'm going to go up to this corner, leave my needle down, turn, and stitch it back down.
So it's like a little triangle, just a little detail, add a detail to the...
Yeah, it's just a little decorative finish.
Does it help support to keep the bag up if you were to sit
yes,
down?
it do. It helped to keep the sides up. This is a soft, floppy bag, though.
So, but it's, you have it on the sides and not the bottom. If you were to put it on the bottom, would it help to
right? But that's
to
just going
stabilize it as for like a fold?
No, because remember we already stitched across the bottom. That's going to stabilize the bottom. If you really want the sides to stay up nice and straight, taut, put some interfacing, that heavy Pellon interfacing inside the sides, along the sides, and that'll help make it stand all the way up and stay very firm. Alright, so now I want to hem my sides, the top of my bag. So I'm just put it underneath. I like to use my foot as a guide, so if I use my foot, start at either my side seams, I'm going to let the edge of the foot just ride along the side. You can see it's very thick. And totally go all the way around the perimeter, the top. And if the fabric acts like you want to push up on you and creates little crinkles, because you know the foot is pushing, just push it back while you're sewing it so you eliminate all those little creases along the top. Sorry about that. So after I finish hemming the top, then I want to do my straps. So I'm going to stop here, and I have another one already ready to go with the straps. Remember, I pinned them in place before 2 inches apart. I already hemmed this one. So I'm going to remove this and then attach my straps. So I can go from here, and then I can go all the way around the whole bag again, or else I can just attach the straps right in this spot. I'm going to just walk it down, leave the needle down, and turn it around and attach the strap. And I'll leave the needle down and go around it a couple of times. Make sure they're nice and secure. And I do that to both sides of each strap.
To both sides?
Yeah. So
the inside and the outer side?
No. So from this side, and then I'll move right over to the other side and do the exact same thing to do my other strap. Attach the other strap.
So it's something normally that like I would see like it's like an X pattern.
Exactly.
Is that more for security, or is that
decorative
for
finish?
decorative
Nice
finish?
Little decorative finish. Yep, you have seen it just like that little X. So anyway you want to finish it. But of course I would have this red thread on here. I put this white on here so you can see what it looks like finished. So I just like to go around mine a couple of times. It's so heavy the machine won't skip little stitches, but make sure that everything is adjusted correctly. Okay. So enjoy making your bag. They're nice container totes. You can use them for a multitude of things. That's it.